Hello, my name is Luke James and welcome to Lydden Hill, the home of Rallycross. What a first day we had yesterday. The rain fell so much to the point that it brought some of the most field leveling conditions I've ever seen. Guys like Ollie Webb, his first time in the Pantera RX6 yesterday, was pushing Kevin Hansen all the way in the semi-finals. Here we have Nelson Piquet, who led all the way yesterday. Looked like he was really set for at least a podium finish yesterday. Unfortunately crashed out in the semi-finals. Good thing about TitansRX, we have 2 race days every weekend, so it's a chance for drivers to reset, think about what went wrong yesterday and come back on the attack today. Next we have Mr. Jerome Grosset-Janine, podium finish. He was only supposed to join us for 1 round in SA, but Jerome enjoyed the car so much, he spoke to me afterwards and he was so tempted to come and do the full season. A few conversations with our boss Max Pusha. Next thing, he signed up for the whole season. Jerome yesterday, bit of an up and down day. His starts were nailed on as usual again, but Jerome just caught some bad luck yesterday. Going into turn 1, he was constantly caught on the outside. I know he's going to be back fighting today. Toppy Heikkinen, what can I say? 3 podiums out of 3 TitansRX events so far. Toppy has been the lead test driver for the car so far, and it's proven he is so comfortable in the wet, in the dry. Toppy is the man to watch in the TitansRX paddock. As you can see, we've got some supercars joining us. Mr. Ollie Bennett from the World Championship over with his Fiesta. But we've got some British supercars here joining us this weekend. It's been a great weekend of action so far here at Lydden Hill. We've got these Suzuki Swifts joining us. We've got some retro rallycross action. I'm actually going to go and show you Liam Duran's, or his dad Pat Duran's, Rosie, the RS200, which is one of the most gorgeous cars I've ever seen. Ronnie Searock. This guy has been getting quicker and quicker throughout the season so far. He came into the test event in Fuglau, not with much racing experience in rallycross. He had the 1 previous race so far, but Ronnie's been getting better and better and better. Once he nails his starts, I think Ronnie's going to be a man to catch. Every single race, he starts a bit slow, but he's on the back of the people in front of him. He's catching up on the pace every single time. Shushu, what can I say? He's had 2 final appearances now. Both times he has been knocked out, unfortunately. It was completely not his fault yesterday. Bad conditions yesterday, saw everybody struggling. Next up, Timmy and Kevin Hansen. 2 podiums 2 podiums each for these guys so far. Or was it 3? Kevin's had 3, I think Timmy's on 2. What can I say? The Hansen brothers, they are dominating the World Championship and they've come to TitansRX and they're proving their worth here. Timmy in particular really wasn't happy with his setup yesterday. He was really struggling to find a setup in the wet which he was comfortable with. Whereas Kevin was smiling all day. I think Kevin really likes the changeable conditions in rallycross and it really showed yesterday. Paddock is filling up here in Lydden Hill, so we're going to have to squeeze through but see what we can find. You know what, I can see Ollie Webb over here. We're going to go and grab Ollie quickly. Ollie, can I borrow you quickly, mate? Sorry, buddy. How are you, first of all?
Good, how are you?
Yeah, really good, thank you. Good sleep last night?
Yeah, very good.
Good. I saw you snuck off from our drinks early last night for a nice early night.
Left my fizzy water on the table and went to bed.
Good stuff. First off, you're still smiling after yesterday. How was it for you?
Unbelievable, yeah. Couldn't have really hoped for a better first day. Got to practice in all sorts of conditions right at the beginning, like monsoon at the end. Against some amazing drivers, the car's amazing to drive, and the whole championship's just run so well. It's so much fun.
I spoke to you yesterday personally out of racing off camera, and you were saying how much you liked the changeable conditions. You really enjoyed the fact that it levelled out the playing field there. You were catching up to Kevin Hansen, a Rallycross regular, and I saw how buzzing you were about that. Was it the wet that really got you going yesterday?
Yeah, I think a mixture of the fact that I guess these guys all know not only the car but the 4-wheel drive and front-wheel drive type handling, plus they know the track, they kind of knew everything. So if it was just dry the whole weekend, I'd be a little bit screwed, really. So the fact that it kept changing meant that I've got to learn everything they've got to learn at the same time, so I was able to catch a little bit more that way, but I never expected to be. I just didn't want to be last. So then when I was in midfield and then when I was like in the top few, I was like, wow, this is really good. And then when I found out my lap time was like 3rd overall yesterday, I was like, okay, now competitive Ollie's back, so now I'm not going to enjoy it, I'm just going to win.
Right, so everyone, day 1, I tell everyone, day 1, have fun, day 2, go and smash it. You've had 1 day so far, what is your expectations for today? So dry race they've predicted, so what are your expectations?
Yeah, realistically, obviously now we're back to dry and they kind of know what they're doing, and Nelson will be back in it, and Andrew Jordan obviously had a bit of an engine issue, so he'll be back in it. So it's going to be more competitive than yesterday, no question. So I'm not expecting to suddenly be fighting for a podium again. But if I can get 1st or 2nd in one of my heats, I'll be chuffed with that. And then if I make it to the final, I'll be chuffed with that. So that's my 2 aims: try and win a heat and get into the finals. If I can get into the top 6, you know, with all those Rallycross and regulars like Jordan and Piquet, then I'll be really happy.
Well, I'm looking forward to it, buddy. Enjoy.
Cheers. Thank you.
See you soon. Thank you. All right, I'm going to take you for a quick sneak over here. We're going to go back to the traditional Pantera RX6s soon, but over here we have one of the most gorgeous cars in Rallycross history, Pantera's RS200, nicknamed Rosie. If you're into motorsport, you know about this car. I've asked if I can have a little look inside, so we're just going to go and... Mark, if you can just give these guys a little tour of Rosie. This car set the field alight last year at the Goodwood Festival of Speed. Pantera's a legend in Rallycross, and he races this still in the Retro Championship. Let's see if we can just have a look how different these cars are set up to today. Of course, Liam Duran, World Championship regular, is going to be racing here this weekend in part of the retro class. Didn't go out on track yesterday due to the horrible conditions, and this is a very, very nice car, so very understandable. Hello, Liam. Liam's not racing this with us this weekend, but it's really good to see him here as part of the kind of TitansRX family for this weekend. Let's go and have Mr. Andrew Jordan, another one of our British field. AJ, how you doing, buddy? Sorry to doorstop you like this. Yeah, really good. How are you?
Yeah, good. Yeah.
Buzzing after yesterday. I know you had a bit of engine trouble. Can you talk us through what happened yesterday?
Yeah, it had. I think it was head gasket went. So it was all getting quite feisty up there with Toppy and Timmy, and I thought, I could get the lead here. And literally, as I went for the throttle, it goes into a limp home to save the engine. Yeah. So frustrating, because I think we'd have certainly been through to the final, and who knows where we'd have gone from there. So really enjoyed it. You don't get a buzz like sitting on a Rallycross start, and you miss how intense it is. You really do, because what I'm used to, you're looking after tyres and you're playing the long game. This does none of that. It's just as quick as you can go. And someone said, what happened in that race? I couldn't tell you. I literally couldn't remember. It was that full on. But yeah, it's good. And from my point of view, to come in and we were second in warm-up yesterday, be straight on the pace of Hanson's and Toppy and stuff. It's nice. Good
feeling. You come back, and I think every time I've seen you come into a Rallycross car, you've been there or thereabouts on the pace of the front runners. How different is the Pantera RX6 to the cars you were driving the MJP Fiesta last year? How would you compare a supercar to a Pantera?
It doesn't actually feel that different, if I'm honest. Obviously everything's been built strong, which is good, and we have aggressive racing, so that's always a benefit to have something strong. But the car feels good. I really enjoy driving it, and if anything, you can do a bit more with it. You can have a bit more driver input, whereas with a supercar it's all down to the final clicks of adjustment. This you can have a bit more influence as the driver. So really enjoying being part of it.
Buddy, good to see you, mate. Good to see you smiling as well. So of course, Andrew Jordan, he is going to be chomping at the bit today to make sure that he gives a good performance in front of his home fans. Tamara Molinaro, I was so buzzing to see her in the final yesterday. She came up to me in SA, so gutted. She just wanted to make the final in SA. 2 semi-final appearances, a final so far. Andreas Stefan, Estering's local hero. So good to have Andreas here. He signed up for one race initially, enjoyed the Pantera so much he signed up for the full season. Andreas has been getting quicker and quicker throughout the weekend, so it's going to be interesting to see how he develops across the season. Dan Rook, my good friend. Dan Rook came into yesterday with such low expectations. He's been out of the car for 2 years, and of course British Rallycross champion, RX2 vice runner-up, I think it was in 2017. Dan's a good friend of mine, so we talk very honestly to each other. He did not know how he was going to perform yesterday. It's his first time in a top-level car in a while, and he made it to the final. The funniest thing about Dan, we were having a drink last night, and he is just angry he didn't make the podium. So let's see how Dan gets on today. Just spoke to Mr. Andrew Jordan, AJ over here. Just take a look at his livery. And who can we find round here? My man. How are you? So we're going to stop you for 2 seconds. How are you? Good sleep last night?
Yeah, good.
And how are you feeling about yesterday? A bit of unluck. I constantly saw you being pushed to the outside in turn 1. Is that something you can kind of change today? You're going to be going for the inside more? You made an awesome move around the outside. I think it was in Q2.
It was in Q1.
Q1, yes.
Q1, Q2. I don't remember. Yeah, I tried. This is all the thing. It's difficult. We don't have a joker lap, so we have to make all our move not in strategy but on track, and try to keep it clean. It was a good day. I had bad luck in the semi with turbo pipe, but then it was very good. I had good pace, and in free practice in Q1 was good pace. So now we have another day, another race, and another chance.
Another weather as well. Yes.
Weather will be good, like in England always.
So what do you prefer? Are you a fan of wet races, dry races? Where does your driving style fit the best?
I think I can adapt. So everything's okay, and this is just a matter of how I can feel in the car in each condition. And the thing is just to work well with engineers to get the best setup for us to feel well in every conditions. And then it's just a matter of send it
and enjoying it, buddy. See you soon. Good luck today. Thank you. All right, we're going to take one final walk around here. Can see a few of our drivers in there. Abby Eaton's hanging out, Mr. Rainy Sample. We're not going to go in and bother them, but we will go and have a look at their cars, just so we can check out the liveries. Let's go in here, actually. Let's go in here. So, of course, Abby Eaton came in yesterday. Again, very similar to Dan Brook. No expectations what to do, but she's super, super competitive. Abby has come into this, not driven a Rallycross before, the car before. She never even had a test in the car. So to see her improve so much throughout the day was genuinely awesome. To see her smiling at the end of the day as well, she enjoyed it. And I think if there's any spare spots for any races throughout the season, Abby's going to be first on the phone to Mr. Poocher to try and get it. Perry McCarthy, the original Stig. Perry He kind of had a bit of an up and down yesterday. He looked great, had great off the line in Q2. Q3 didn't have such a good race, but Perry has been smiling all week, and I think his aim today is just to prove that he can master the Pantera RX6, and it's going to be great to see how he gets on throughout the weekend. Then last but not least, we have Mr. Rainy Sample. Mark, if you can just have a look in here, I'm just going to try and get round. So, right. Oh, I've just actually bumped into him.
Say hello to me. Good morning.
He found me. How are you, sir?
Good morning. Thanks. Fine.
How is it? So, can you just explain what setup you're using now? I know you had the hydraulic system last time. Then I saw you move to the hand control. What are you going with today?
Yeah, we have the same than yesterday. We can change it in a small time, but I must work with what I have, and it's working. I must shift up sometimes with the hand. It's a little bit crazy for me, but it's bring my brain system a little bit out of control. But it's driving, and for me it's important to driving kilometers with this car, and for the next race I'm learning, and we changed the shifting system, I hope so well, before the next race, then it's better.
I've seen you getting quicker and quicker throughout the 3 weekends so far. Are you getting more and more comfortable with how to handle the Pantera?
Yes, that's it. When we have system was working, then my brain can work with the car, not with the system for the hand controls, but that's the way. But I'm happy to drive this car in here, and drive the course is really, really fast. I like it fast and enjoy it.
Man, thank you very much. Good luck today. And we're just going to have a look at Rainy's steering wheel here. Very hard to be told, but Rainy essentially does this with hand controls. So that's his accelerator. I couldn't tell you all the things that he does, but if you can have a look down here, he's got, I think this is a brake pedal here. He's got an auto shifter, which is done by a hydraulic system. This is what he had issues with in front. So that is it for now. Make sure you're following TitansRX across all the social media, at TitansRX, hashtag TitansRX. We're here at the home of Rallycross. Make sure you're following the action live on Eurosport today from 3 till 4 p.m. See you then.